Hello guys, welcome to GW Pro Trading. It's Win Michael here, and today we're going to be taking a dive into Eurgbp. Alright, so we're going to be looking at what opportunities we have with Eurgbp and how I will personally approach this on a trade sense. Alright, so if you're new to this channel, I recommend that you subscribe and also smash on the notification bell on this channel so you'll be getting information whenever I post content such as this one. Alright, so if you're new to this channel, it's still the voice of Wayne, and as always, I'm back here on weekends, midweek, and also to share with you what opportunities present itself in the market, and also share with you how I intend to approach this one. Here, I mostly use the alert wave rule and also in my trading, and also apply a little bit of the ICT strategy as well, which is the inner circle trader strategy as well. So if you are new and you don't have any ideas about this, go back to my previous video and then watch all those videos. It's going to give you an insight on how I look at trading as a whole. Alright, so today I'm going to be taking a dive into Eurgbp, and I'm going to drag it here, and I'm going to go share with you also a medium and a long term basis, what I think is going to happen and what I think is also happening at the moment right now in the market. Alright, so first, before I start with this one here, I want to take a look at the index. Okay, I want to take a look at the index with you guys and then share with you also what I think with the index, what's happening with Euro as well as what's happening with GBP. Alright, so for the index one here, we have that Euro is also trading in what we could also see as a possible contraction. All right, because we have what looked like a possible breakout of this point here, price created some bit of rejection here and then dropped into this territory, not breaking previous structure here. Previous structure here has not been taken out, so I look at this as a possibility that price could also want to contract into some sort of structure before looking for a new direction, all right, to the upside. So whatever is happening, guys, I think but probably we might be looking at a possibility that this drop is not complete. All right, so if you're looking at a possibility that this drop is complete, then we might be expecting to see some sort of unique setup or pattern, all right, to ensure that the drop is complete. All right, but I think whatever is happening here is more of a corrective structure and the drop is not yet complete. All right, so we'll go over to see what I'm talking about on a daily time frame. All right, so on a daily time frame, we could as well identify that we also have a possibility of drops coming in as well, and we have also that there is a possibility that this huge resistance is still here, also proving very strong for price, and we have price back into testing that territory there. All right, so however, in the whole of the trading day, which I was also taking a very good look at the trading day, which I pointed out here during the pre-market analysis, that I want to see Euro USD make a drop to what I would call a liquidity zone, and that was what we wanted to see, and that was what we saw here, right here. And also we also have it that I did mention that I want to see from that point price to the upside. However, this was the area which I was looking at here during my pre-market analysis. If you go back and watch that video on where I want to see possible resistance around. All right, so it's more of a case if you're going to be seeing price break through this point here. But what will happen, price could also break through this point and then continue its move to the upside for Euro, but that could also be not against GBP. All right, so let's take a look at what also is happening with GBP here for this one here. I think Euro has some more downsides to go, and those downsides here is when we're going to be looking at taking advantage of those positions there. All right, so we have a possibility that Euro could also continue sliding down, just maybe back into some cool territories. All right, so we're going to be taking a look at what also happened here from the past and then draw a trading setup as well as to the future. All right, so we have it that in the past we had price drop just below 78.6 Fibonacci retracement of the last swing that created that structure. So possibly we might just be having another deeper retracement to complete the contraction, all right, from that point. All right, so we have what we would identify as a 78.6 retracement level just down here. All right, so I expect price to still continue dropping further down. However, respecting previous structure here should not be taken out. All right, so let's take a look at GBP and also take some decision as well as to what is also happening with this one. All right, so All right, so for GBP here, whatever is going on with GBP, I think number one, the trend is your friend, right? The trend is your friend, all right? That's what we were taught, right? The trend is your friend. We have the global trend to be downtrend, all right? We have the global trend to be down, all right? So I'm not looking at a possibility that price would be on its way into creating a new sort of pattern, all right? But we did see what could also be as a very strong resistance here, and that was why we had price slice to downside, all right? So that's fine for price, all right? I'm not looking at here on a longer term, but I'm looking at here on a medium term. So there is a great possibility that price could as well create a pullback of some sort after an impulse, correction, and then impulse. I think whatever is happening here, we can be expecting that price could make a pullback into some territories there before the next drop could already come. So if you're looking at GBP making a pullback and Euro, okay, Euro completing its pullback on its way down, so we could expect that when Euro will be down, GBP could be on its way into making that pullback, and then we could be looking at taking some trades with Euro GBP to complete downside. All right. So let's go ahead and see what else is happening with Euro GBP. Let me just go ahead and bring up that chart right now. And in this chart here, I'm going to be taking you over to my MT4 because that's where I do my analysis. Okay, so I have my analysis set up there on my MT4. All right, so on my MT4 here, we have drawn out a trading plan prior to this video. All right, we'll be working on, and I expect that price should continue trading in such a format. All right, so what's going on with this one here, guys? We have what also pointed out right from time. We have a W egg leg, and we have an X leg, and we have a possibility of a Y leg. All right, so what is going on here is, I think this is not complete, all right, because we can see that this is not complete. We are yet to test what could also be the W territory there, and I expect price to break below this point to create an X leg to create a Y leg to complete, and then we can then look at another maybe, just maybe, a pullback or the next start of the new impulse to the upside. All right, so for this one here, we have a possibility that price is trading inside what we could also term as a downtrend. All right, so for a downtrend, we have it that price have failed to make new highs. All right, right from this point here, we have this huge impulse here, which created as this structure, which should have been a corrective wave back into this point. Some bulls got in here, and then we're out of the market, and we had price drop into that zone. All right, so what we could possibly say we're having at the moment, we're having a downtrend because the impulse correction, and then we can be looking at the next impulse to the downside to complete. All right, so we're looking at a possibility of the next leg to the downside. All right, that's what we're going to be looking at. All right, so we have it that we are currently trading around a very key resistance area here, which was previous structure here, similar to what we had also in this environment here. All right, similar to what we had in this environment here, but however, this one, all right, this one was different. Okay, this one was different in the setup because I was looking at this previous high here as the overall high. All right, I was looking at this previous high here as the overall high of this structure here, and we could see that during that time price then moved into that structure. Okay, moved, but we have it that this structure wasn't taken out and there was no new high that was created. We had price then drop to downside, correcting with this structure here. Then the next drop, whatever is happening here, is a retest of previous high. All right, so possibly, just possibly, we could be looking at any trade around inside of this environment. All right, so any trade from this environment would be a good trading opportunity to start looking for some short opportunities. We could be looking at taking some bit of risk, say maybe, just maybe 40 pips up here. All right, just maybe 40 pips up here for some bit of wiggle room. Then we could be looking at targeting the very first leg. All right, you want to be targeting the very first leg in this point here, because one of the things that I understand that traders find it more difficult is placing a very good target. All right, placing a very good target is one of the major challenges of traders. All right, you want to be taking first profit around a key environment. All right, And with this is a very key environment, because here was previous structure. Price could also bounce in here and then turn into an embedded head and shoulder, and we can have the next move continue to the upside. That we do not know, but however, I want to take my very first profit there. All right, I want to take my very first profit there before then moving my way into taking my final profit, which is going to be inside of this territory here. All right, so this is going to be my final take profit, and it's going to be inside this territory. All right, I'm going to take my final take profit here. However, I'm going to take my very first take profit right here, right around here. My second take profit would be somewhere about here. I would really love somewhere about here, and I would like to take my final take profit inside of this territory. All right, so with that, I'll wrap up this session. See you next time. It's been Michael here. Subscribe, like, and share with friends. That's the best. Thank you, and to also help in the question of more videos such as this one.